Good evening, everyone. There are new rules tonight in the courtroom where Ray Tenzing will be tried again for murder.
They come after an appeals court blocked the original rules put in place by the judge presiding over this case. But as Local 12's Anjanette tells us, Anjanette Levy, they're not much different than they were before, right, Anjanette?
That's right, Rob. These are the 12 pages of rules that Judge Leslie Ghiz issued earlier tonight. She says she's trying to keep jurors from being identified, but we've talked to a couple of people who've been involved in high-profile cases in the past, and they say they believe these rules may go too far.
This is an unusually high-profile case.
The Court of Appeals ordered Judge Leslie Ghiz to hold a hearing on why she wants to limit the number of members of the media in the courtroom. She said prospective jurors are fearful of being identified.
Out of those 180, there were 77 responses who either don't want to serve if their identities are revealed or their information is released to the media, or have a safety concern.
After hearing testimony from witnesses, Judge Ghiz issued new orders on media access, but they didn't change much. Only 4 seats will be open to the media in the courtroom during jury selection. One reserved for a camera to be trained on the attorneys only. During the trial, only 5 seats will be open to members of the media chosen through a lottery. The rest will have to watch the trial from a media room. Retired Judge Norbert Nadel presided over many high-profile trials, including the trial of Judge Tracy Hunter. He said the trial must be open to the public.
In defense of Judge Ghiz, she does have a smaller courtroom, so it's limited. But there's those folding chairs that I always used that you can bring in there and try to accommodate as many people as you can. But as far as a lottery system, I don't like that.
Judge Nadel also doesn't like the fact that reporters can't use laptops in the courtroom. Hal Ehrenstein represented Ryan Winmer in a high-profile murder case. He believes the restrictions on the media are making things more difficult than they have to be.
Judge Ghiz has only been on the bench for a brief period of time, and there's a learning curve for all of us, you know. And I think she's trying to be abundantly careful, and I think that she needs to recognize the system is worked just fine up until now.
Judge Ghiz has also barred cameras from being in the hallway outside of her courtroom. During the last trial, that's where we would often catch up with family members of Sam DuBose who wanted to talk about the day's testimony. Judge Ghiz says that's also to protect jurors from being identified. We do want to mention, though, that Local 12 has not and does not identify jurors. Reporting live at the Hamilton County Courthouse, Anjanette Levy, Local 12 News. Rob, back to you.
Anjanette, thanks very much. I'm glad you made that point. Judge Ghiz says she will rule later on the media's request that jurors' questionnaires be released. But she already addressed the issue last November before she was assigned to this particular case. This is what she told Bill Cunningham during the first Tenzing trial.
You want an impartial jury, and you cannot get that, and you want an impartial jury, and you want a fair and impartial trial for the state and for the defendant, and you can't get that when the media's, blabbing out, we've got someone from Madeira, we've got somebody from, wherever.
Jury selection will start in the morning. Stay with Local 12 News for gavel-to-gavel coverage of the Tenzing retrial. We'll have team coverage every